So this is Excel Simulation 2A, and we're going to do the step-by-step. Now remember, you have your learning aids. If you're not sure how to do something, you can either read the instructions, watch a video, or practice. So let's look at what read instructions show you for this right now. And that's, so here you have the whole book in here on exactly what to do in here. So if you need the instructions, they're right here to do these things. And I encourage you to use them. That's what they're there for. So I happen to know this stuff, but sometimes I actually have to look things up. So if you do, don't feel badly. That's the way it is. So we're going to select columns C and D, and I'm just going to click up top here and drag over to it. And then in cell C11, type 131. So I'm going to go to C11. And we want to, oh, sorry, I jumped ahead. We want to insert two columns. So I'm going to right click and choose insert. Then in cell C11, which is right here, I'm going to type in 13129. Now what we're going to do is flash fill, and what flash fill does is look for patterns. So I don't want to constantly go in here and select this part and copy it or write a formula that does it. It's so much easier to do that. Carolina, question?
No, so sorry, I didn't realize the hand was still.
Okay, that's fine. So if you have a question, just use your microphone and stop me, and I'll be more than happy to answer it. So we want to do flash fill. And again, it's going to look for patterns here. So when we do flash fill, it should be 1358, 1566, and it tells us how to do it. So we're going to go on the Home tab, and then we're going to go to where is flash fill? Who knows? It's in editing. Here's our fill. And here's flash fill. And notice that it fills everything down. The other one we're going to do, and we're going to get the oak in here. So let's try oak here. And we're going to do the same thing with flash fill. And typing oak lets it know we want to find the pattern and get out the actual type of wood this is. So now we're going to delete column B because we don't need it. So I'm just going to click on it here and choose delete. That wasn't too challenging, hopefully, because the instructions were pretty clear. Sometimes the instructions are not so clear. Select column C on the Home tab and click cut. So we just click up top here, and we're going to click cut. Now, it doesn't actually delete it. If you want to delete it, you're going to click delete, not cut. So you notice that you have the marching ants. So on the Home tab, click on cell H1, and then we're going to click paste. I would not do it that way. I would have right-clicked on here and choose insert cut column, but they want us to do it, so I'm filling in the way they tell us to do it, and boom. So we want to delete column C here. So again, we're just going to delete. Now this is what I was telling you about, insert to cut cells. Select columns A through G. And we want to format to auto fit. You can also auto fit it this way. So if we go to format here, and you can see there's should be an auto fit column width here. And apparently I did not do that right. In the cells group, click auto fit column width. So let's try that one more time. So apparently I did something wrong. And, oh, auto fit column width. I clicked the wrong thing. You could have also just double clicked here and done the same thing. So we want to merge and center A1 through H1, several different ways to do it. So A1 to H1. Right now we're just going to click on merge and center. Then apply the title slide. That's in styles. And we want to look for title. So now we're going to actually use this. Now I wouldn't use the function library for auto sum because it's right here, but I'm going to do what it tells us to do. So I'm going to click in cell B4. And then I'm going to go to formulas. And this is the function library over here. And here's our auto sum. So if I click on auto sum, it's going to ask me to type in information. And you probably can't see it. So notice it's got sum over here. So I can either type in A11 to A39, or I can select it from here. And I'm going to hold the shift key down there. Same thing as typing it. And then I'm going to press enter. You do it the way you feel you're more comfortable in. So now we're going to use the statistical function, and we're going to get the average. Again, we have the average is in here. You could do this here as well. That's the way I would do it, but I want to introduce you to the different things that are in here. There's a multitude of formulas in here. So we're going to go to statistical, which is under more. And here's statistical. Then here is average. So then again, now we have to type in what we want to type in, D11 to D39. So I'm just going to type it in, since we did it the other way, D11 to D39. And click on OK and see if we did that right. Okay, D11, did I do something wrong? Click average, D11. Oh, because I put in a semicolon. Okay, I'm going to click on cell B6, and we're going to do the median. Again, the median is under statistics. And here you have to, unfortunately, drag down till you get median. And then we're going to do the same thing, only this time I'm going to D11 to D39. Okay, B7, insert a function that would display the lowest. That's min. Now, it doesn't tell us that you have to do it through here. So I'm just going to go in and choose min. And again, D11 to D39. And then we want to do max. So here we're going to select the range A4 to B8. So A4 to B8. Oh, A4 to B8. There we go, finally. And then drag it to D4 to E8. I am not a big fan of drag and drop. So I'm going to do it the way I want. I can just drag it here to A4, but I'm more of a cut and paste. So I'm going to click on cut, and then I'm going to click on paste. And notice that these number signs are here. It's because the column width is too short. So select columns D and E, and we're going to auto fit. So I can do them both at the same time by getting the crosshairs here and then double clicking. Select the range D4 to E8, Yes, I am recording. I'm doing it separately. So select the range D4 to E8 again. And then we're going to, you're welcome. Then we're going to click on, let's see, it wants us to do in the styles, accents 120%. So here's our cell styles and axis 120%. Select the range C4 to C8. So here is C4 to C8. I think you're going to like this one. This is where you're going to merge and center and put it on an angle. So we're going to right click, and there's different ways to do it. Notice if I click on this here, there's alignment here. But here it tells us to right click, and we're going to choose Format Cells, which is exactly what this is here. And then we're going to click on Alignment, and we're going to click on Merge Cells, and it wants a 30-degree angle. Now you could actually drag this up here, but since they give you a specific amount, I'm just going to type in 30 and click OK. And you can see a merge and center and put this on a little angle over there. Insert rows before row 9. Now when they say before row 9, to me that means up top here, but here they want it down here. So I'm going to right click and choose Insert, and then I'm going to do it twice more by hitting F4. Now I'm going to select rows 9 through 11, and I'm going to go to Editing, and I'm going to clear it. So where is Editing? Right here. Where is Clear? Right here. And it tells us to clear formats. So what that's going to do, it's going to get rid of the format that's hung over from here. So let's click on Clear Formats, and boom. So there is no formats. Number A10 is type in oak trees or oak. Actually, oak trees. So go to A10. And type in oak trees. With the cell, we want to be in B10. So we're going to get a count of how many oaks that we have. And you do that with the Countif function. Different ways to get the Countif function. You can actually click on it here, or you can go into statistical. So if you go into formulas and more functions and statistical, here is the Countif somewhere. There's Countif, or you could click on the FX here, and you can find Countif, see if they have a statistical for this. And here's our Countif. And don't be confused with the count A and count. We want Countif, and we want a specific condition. So what we're going to do is Countif G14 to G42. So I'm going to just type in G14 to G42. And then the criteria, we're just going to type in oak. So it's going to give us all of the cells that have oak in it that are in here. And it gave us 13. Change the alignment to left. Now remember, there's two alignments. This is the vertical alignment, and they call it top, middle, and bottom. This is our center. This is horizontal. To left. Sorry. Okay, almost done. We're in H14. So we're going to go to the form. We're going to do logical, and we're going to do F. So let's go to H14. And we're going to just type in a condition that we want to check to see if the stock level is less than 75. If it is, we're going to type in order. Otherwise, we're doing. Remember, the if tests a condition. And then it does something if the condition is met, meaning it's true. Something, the condition does if it's not true or false. So we're going to go and do it through, let's see if it wants us to do it from the function library. So we'll do it through the function library, and we're going to use the logical, and we're going to choose if. So the logical test is A14, and you can just type in A14, or you can click here, less than 75. And then the value here, we want to type in order. Now you do not need to put in quotes. It'll put them in for you automatically. And then OK. Hit the tab key, and it'll give you an explanation in here. Checks whether the condition is true and what to do if it's false in here. Click on OK, and if we did everything right, we're in good shape. So it says OK. So now we're going to fill it down. And the reason it's OK is because it's greater than 78. So let's go down and drag this to 42. And notice you have OK and order. All right, last one. So this one's a little tricky. I'm going to go over conditional formatting with you separately because it is a little tricky in here. So let's go in here with the range still selected 14. We're going to go to conditional formatting. What that means is format a specific way if the condition is met. So let's go into, here's our conditional formatting. And then it wants us to go to highlight cell rules. And then we're going to look for text contains. So basically, we're going to format something if it contains order to make it stand out. So we're typing in the word order. And now it's telling us to do bold, italic, and the font color, blah, 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 and no background. Well, we can't use this because that's not what they want. So we're going to click this down arrow here, and we're going to go to custom format. And then we want bold, italic. And we're going to change the color to the last column, first one, which should be this. And then we're going to go to fill and change the background color right here to no color. And click on OK and see what happens. Okay, apparently I did something wrong. So let me check the font, bold italic, the colors here, that's good. Fill is no color, and apparently that worked. So select the range A14 to A42. So I'm going down here, holding the shift key down and click it. In the styles group, conditional formatting, then we're going to do data bars. So let's go to conditional formatting. And here's our data bars. And it wants us to do a gradient fill using orange. So here's our gradient. And all this gets done for you automatically. Now notice that it puts in the bars on how stuff is there. So that takes care of the first 10.